It is my honor and privilege to welcome all of you to this milestone moment in our history. Frankly, I am thrilled to be here, not only because I'm so excited about the progress being made on our Center for Ambulatory Services, but also because this is my first public appearance as the new president of Vassar Brothers Medical Center. What a great time and what a great opportunity to be part of the leadership that is bringing Vassar Brothers Medical Center into the 125th year of serving the people of this region. This morning, I am joined by some of our best and brightest leaders. With me today are Carl Meyer, Chair, Vassar Brothers Medical Center Board of Trustees, Steve Lant, Chair, HealthQuest Board of Trustees, Mike Weber, President and CEO of HealthQuest, CEO of Vassar Brothers Medical Center, and who I again thank for having the confidence in me to serve as president of this medical center. Thank you, Mike. Rob Dyson, Chair, the Campaign for the Center for Ambulatory Services and Vice Chair, HealthQuest Board of Trustees. They will join us today in celebrating the placement of the last piece of sheetrock in our new Center for Ambulatory Services. But this is no ordinary piece of sheetrock. This sheetrock has been signed by the wonderful employees, physicians, volunteers, and board members who represent Vassar Brothers Medical Center. In the simple act of signing this wall board and 4 others just like it, each signer has symbolically given the good housekeeping seal of approval to our new center and the bright future that lies ahead for Vassar Brothers Medical Center and the many patients it will continue to serve. And we will serve with pride. Vassar Brothers Medical Center is filled with big-hearted people who expertly and compassionately bring the very best of themselves to our patients and our visitors. And it is my pleasure every day to work with such a terrific group of employees, physicians, dentists, trustees, and volunteers. Now, without any further delay, please welcome Carl Meyer, the chairman of the Vassar Brothers Medical Center Board of Trustees. Carl.
Good morning. Thank you, Janet, and welcome everyone to this event. Like Janet, this is also my first appearance as the chair of the board of Vassar Brothers Medical Center. So I share in her anxiety or all the challenges which lie ahead, I guess, if you will. And it's a tremendous privilege to serve as chair of the board of this great medical center. But these are very challenging times in the healthcare industry, and I certainly don't have to remind most of you standing here of that. And fortunately, we have a very strong hospital here. We have a very strong system. It is an asset to this community, our hospital and our HealthQuest system. We have a very strong board. Some of our board members are here today. And that is one of our greatest assets is the leaders, the community leaders who are working very hard to make the medical center all that it can be and the system as well. And in particular, we are so delighted with our physicians that we have here and our nurses, our greatest assets. We have a lot of physical infrastructure as evidenced here, but it's really the people that really make this place go, both the medical center and the system. So as chair of the board, I'm just, although it's going to be a challenge figuring out how to manage healthcare outcomes going forward, we've got a great team here that's going to help us do it. And it's quite a juggling act, but one of our responses to this juggling act, I guess if you will, is the Center for Ambulatory Surgery, which is where the sheetrock is going. And 100,000 square feet of new building right across the road here. I'm sure many of you have seen it, along with a 5-story parking garage around the other side here, a cafe, a new parking deck that's going to be hung off the end of the new Center for Ambulatory Surgery. Tremendous accomplishment. Only a gleam in our eye a few years ago when I was serving on the board and we started talking about that. And just to see it rise out of the, like a phoenix out of the ashes over the last 6 months or 8 months or so. We've been blessed with a kind winter, so we're really well on schedule. And as chair of the board, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to be here on May 23rd when we're actually going to have the ribbon cutting and formally open the new center. So I'm very pleased for that to happen, and this is just one of the final pieces that need to go into that. So fortunately, we have a lot going for us, and it's wonderful that we are going to be able to, that we're going to have this new facility here for our benefit. And now I'd like to introduce my former colleague at CH Energy Group, Steve Lant, who's the chair of the board of HealthQuest. Steve?
Thank you, Carl, and good morning, everyone. It's really exciting for me to be part of this milestone event in the celebration of the last piece of sheetrock going into the building. My office is about 200 yards that way, so in my travels to and fro, I have gotten to see the progress of this project, the entire project, obviously the parking garage as well as the ambulatory care center, and it's really been great to see the skyline of Poughkeepsie changing for the better, thinking about what a great service this is going to provide our residents. Now, HealthQuest's mission stresses providing access to quality health care, and this project is really a perfect example of that. This project is going to provide easy, convenient access to high-quality physicians, and we're going to be delivering services that the residents of this community need and value. That's exactly the type of thing that HealthQuest is here to provide. HealthQuest is an integrated system that's trying to improve the quality and access to healthcare in the Hudson Valley each and every year by recruiting new doctors, providing new services, but especially by making strategic investments like the Ambulatory Care Center. And I want to commend Vassar Brothers Medical Center for having the vision to see how they could best serve the community. Carl mentioned the gleam in the eye. Well, that is how it starts. Someone has to have the vision to see how the future can be better, and then to work very, very hard to bring it about. And obviously this campus is somewhat complicated, and just the logistics involved in putting a project of this size together really required a lot of creative thought and a lot of effort to bring it about. And I want to thank all of the people who work here at Vassar Brothers Medical Center for doing a fantastic job every day of producing and delivering top-notch medical care, doing it more efficiently and effectively every year, and constantly reaching to be the best they can possibly be. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of HealthQuest and the CEO of Vassar Brothers Medical Center, Mike Weber.
Thank you, Steve, and good morning, everyone. I have to say that this is my first sheetrock ceremony. Quite unique. I think it's a great idea. It might have to be a new tradition for all of our new projects as we roll them out over the next several years. And just think, someday when our future leaders are renovating the buildings that we're constructing today, they'll peel off one of these pieces of sheetrock and see all these names and go, wow, these are the people that made this building happen so many years ago. So I think it's a great idea, and certainly, like I said, a milestone. And I'm looking forward to putting it into the building. Regarding the Ambulatory Surgery Center, there are a number of benefits that we're going to, not only we, but the community are going to experience from this new building. And one is the fact that we'll now have a dedicated outpatient surgery center just for outpatients. So they won't be mixed in with the inpatients. So it'll be much easier for our patients to come in, be treated, recover, and go home all on the same day, and not have to share the ORs with the inpatients who obviously are a whole different experience. Second, by moving the outpatient surgery cases to this new facility, it'll free up the inpatient space in the hospital, in the inpatient operating rooms. So we can actually do more inpatient surgeries, and hopefully, and that's our plan, is to advance those types of surgeries into far more than what we're actually able to accomplish now by having the capacity to do so. And next is that as you know, the ambulatory surgery building is not just for AmSurg, it's also for medical office space. And again, this is a big plus for the community and the medical staff because it puts them right on the campus of the hospital, something that they're all look forward to. It makes them more efficient, and it puts them in a brand new space too. There's not too many brand new buildings around, so this will make it much nicer for the physicians and their patients. And then next is the parking deck. We talk about the parking garage that just opened on January 2nd, which is, I think, a great hit. But this will also have its own parking garage, and again, be very convenient. You pull up in the parking and get out of your car, and the building's right there in front of you, dedicated for this building. Then last is the new cafe. This is a facility that the community, our patients, and our employees, and everyone can use, and that's, as you can see, already constructed, and hopefully that'll be open in the next few months also. And if you look at the whole setup out there, between the cafe, the parking garage, and the ambulatory surgery building, it certainly has transformed the community and the neighborhood. I think to a much nicer, more friendly area, and we're looking forward to its completion, and certainly looking forward to seeing it in the springtime when all the flowers come up and the trees bloom. I think it's going to be beautiful out there. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for everything you've done to make this project possible, and particularly all the donors who are out there. And it's my privilege and honor to introduce to you the head of the capital campaign, the man who has certainly been a significant role in making this entire project possible. And that is Rob Dyson, the chairman of our capital campaign and the vice chair of the Board of Health Quest. Rob?
Does this go anywhere? No, that doesn't go anywhere. Let me just do some housekeeping here. I only have about 40 minutes of remarks, so it's great to be in the presence of two rookies, Jana Reddy and Carl Meyer. Congratulations to you both. You're now in the major leagues. There are a couple unsung heroes that are present here, one of whom is David Kaminsky. I want David to raise his hand. David, who many of you probably don't know, was directly responsible for working out transactions to accumulate the property that allowed us to change the neighborhood and to, in a very positive sense, in every respect, not only for the former residents of the neighborhood, but the current and future residents. And David was directly responsible for handling the negotiations on behalf of Vassar and HealthQuest to get those done, and also assisted in getting the effort through the City of Poughkeepsie Planning Board. And I will tell you that the City of Poughkeepsie was very cooperative throughout the whole process and welcomed the addition and the validity of this project. The other person I want to thank is Rich Friedland, who is, Rich, you want to put the... We'll be taking up a collection for Rich to get a better shirt. You'll see a lot of them around here. Remember, they are not escapees, so... But Rich is responsible for herding the... for having the most difficult job of any of us, because he has to herd all the doctors through the through the hallways and the quality efforts and the delivery of care for this hospital, and has done a terrific job. You know, in another less than in a couple of months, on April 11th, will be the 125th anniversary of this institution's opening. When they were just completing the final piers and getting ready to open the Brooklyn Bridge, almost a year later, Vassar Brothers Hospital was up and running. If you want to see how different healthcare is than what it used to be, you need only walk down the halls to take a look at the photographs that are placed strategically all around. But don't get in the way, because we're building a new health lab for the Health Quest system. But if you want to see how healthcare has changed, that's a perfect example of it. As Mike and Steve and Carl and Janet have pointed out, that is in fact true of the Ambulatory Care Center. It is the leading edge of healthcare, and in this region, it is the finest ambulatory care center built. There is none that equals it. So we've had enormously receptive donors who have given mightily to this worthwhile and important project. And I am honored to be a part of it, not only as a donor, but also as the person that has to keep the wheel turning on making sure that all the rest of the donors feel the same way that I do. But I do want to tell you all that this is, as Mike has pointed out, a major benefit to the people we serve in this community. The patients who are here and the patients that will be here. And what are we doing? We're delivering better care in better facilities throughout the entire hospital. And for that ties in with the charge that the Vassar Brothers created this hospital for, which is serving the community and serving our patients. Thank you all for coming. Here's Janet.